Hold on.
Okay, everybody, we're going to answer a question from Miss Kelly, C19. That is C19. And she asked how me and True Crime Re got connected. And so this is an unusual story. I've had people...
For those of y'all who don't know this pig nose fucker here. He put his wife in the grave. I'm going to say that. And look at him. He's a pastor. Oh, and he been sleeping with underage girls. Well, I don't know if it's just girls, but he been sleeping with underage children. I'm not even going to say in his youth group, because it's not just isolated to that. They just started a school in Africa. But he's been sleeping with underage children for years. Okay? For years. For years. And that's just a tip of the iceberg of the things that he's done. But those two, in my opinion, are the most important. Okay? This is the dude, okay, that I was going off on yesterday. All right? This is the dude. This is him. This is new. 7 hours ago. All right? Okay? Okay.
Call from all over the world. Australia, England, California, Antarctica. That was a lie. Nobody's called from Antarctica. Nobody cares about me at all in Antarctica. But anyway, and so all these other people are calling, and they're all asking me like information and just not very nice, and their motives. They want me to go on their shows and their TV shows and all these kind of things. And True Crime Re called me, and she had no ulterior motives whatsoever. She just was asking how I was doing.
Huh? You mean Sherry called you? Right?
She didn't know who I was. She didn't want me to give her any kind of information. She just started just being very kind to me. And through that, I found out that she was a talk person. And at one point I told her, I said, to help me heal, I think it's time for me to start sharing a little bit. And I got one of my lawyers.
Help him heal? Help him heal.
To approve me sharing little bits and pieces. And she said to me, and here's how much integrity she had. She said to me, there's platforms that are a lot bigger that would love to hear your story. And I said, I really appreciate that. My goal isn't for everybody to hear my story. My goal is just to kind of get the word out a little bit to make me feel better. I said, I need to heal, and I have all this stuff inside of me, and I have nobody to really share it with. And it's full. I know it's truth. I have proof behind it. I said, I don't care if 1 million people hear it or 1,000 people hear it. I just want to talk about it.
How come he don't have nobody to hear it? He has a whole congregation that supports him.
About it. And so she agreed that she'd put it on her platform that she has if I send her the videos. And so that's kind of what we've been doing. And it doesn't matter to me if everybody hears it and believes it. It doesn't matter if they hear it and they like me. It doesn't matter if everyone hears it or nobody hears it. It just kind of makes me feel good to know that True Crime Re hears it. And I promise I'll be truthful with you. And so that's what we do. Okay, everybody, we're going to answer a question from Miss Kelly, C19. That is C19. And she asked...
Oh, my God. This goofy... Okay, so it matters that True Crime Re hears it? JP. Bro. You corny. Okay, your ass is corny, and it's a no. It's a hard no. Let's see what they saying in the comment section. He's saying she didn't know who I was when she reached out to him. Somebody said it was just a cold call to see if the person who answered might have recently unalived somebody. But there were no videos on TikTok until now through this True Crime Riri. She said shocking, all about him. Well, it's the question that he chose to answer. And think about it. The question is all about him. How did he know Riri? I think True Crime Riri is a supporter, though. I've seen comments on other pages. All right, so let's look at the last video that he did, since I talked about it. And let's look at it. Oh, wait, what's this? What is this? Oh, this is another case? Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's an afternoon session of Chilling Time with Eric. So, just wanted to do a little video on cyberstalking and threats and harassment, which is, a major problem on social media. And again, I'm not an attorney. I'm a private investigator, prior law enforcement officer.
Who the hell? Shut up. Okay. This should be it. She had these long ass intros.
First of all, somebody was making fun of me because I sniff. I have a tick. I had a tick since I was a kid, so that's what it is. At some point, we're going to have to recognize in time that this story is about mental illness awareness.
And then you purposely did it. That shit is gross, boy. Don't you ever do that again.
Anything else. My wife was diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder, schizophrenia, dependent personality disorder, and several other diagnoses by different doctors at different times all throughout the past 7 years. The 2 diagnoses that stayed with her every single year was schizophrenia and bipolar 2. Bipolar 2 is where you're super high and you want to give away $1,000. The low is you want to end your life. And she went super high and super low many, many times over the years. And it was a struggle, almost a constant struggle, but we got through it. And the schizophrenia is where she would hear voices or talk to people that were not there. She'd play chess with people that were not there without a chessboard. She would sometimes forget who I was or forget that I was her husband. She'd forget who she was. Or forget that she was my wife. Sometimes she'd forget who her family is, things like that. And on March 11th, remember that date because you super sleuths
Y'all, this dude is lying. He lying.
Out there are going to need to know that date for the future. But on March 11th, something happened that kind of forever changed the course of our lives. And she went really deep into the schizophrenia and was delusional and accusing me of certain things, slashing tires or sending a naked picture or stalking her or things like that I didn't do. And
bro, look at this. We already know he did these things. Police reports and everything. So now, this late in the game, he gonna come through and try to say, oh, she was super duper crazy. And she thought I did those things, but I ain't do that mess, man.
And I found an Apple AirTag in my truck that week, and I assumed it was hers because I would keep seeing her pop up where I was at. Here's a video of, I was at a gas station on March 13th, and I look up and I see this very beautiful woman in a car that I've never seen before, and I learned quickly, of course, it was my wife. And she was hiding out or spying or something.
I mean,
and I began videotaping.
Does this even make any sense? Does it? I seen this beautiful woman in the car that I'd never seen before. And I realized that it was my wife. Just like you happened to be at the mall. At the same time her sister was there after she passed away. And you gonna say to your congregation, I saw a woman who looked like my wife, who had hair like my wife, who was wearing my wife's dress. And I thought it was my wife. And I called out her name. And she turned around, and it was her sister. He found an Apple AirTag in his car. So Michael was tagging and stalking your ass. Child, please.
Me, and so I videotaped her videotaping me. It's sad that the mental illness is sad, but we managed to always find lightheartedness in life in spite of it, and we always got through it. And I would do things like sometimes I had to play into the delusion, like pretend like I was a double agent who quit their job to marry this beautiful girl, and I'd have to show her our mayor's license. And one time I even wrote a resignation to an agency saying that I can no longer work for you because I fell in love and wanted to get married, and things like that. It would help her take her medicine when she would come off of it. And I learned that about 2 years into the marriage.
I was thinking something, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want to bring his children into it. But I will say this about bringing his children into it. People shouldn't do that. I think the oldest is fair game. Not because he has a record of being physically abusive to his wife or girlfriend, whichever one she is, but because of JP allegedly transferring things into his name. And he's an adult. Other than that, I don't think they should bring the children into it. You guys can keep your thoughts to yourself. I mean, they got this for a father.
And we worked hard to keep her on her medicine. We worked very hard to keep her enjoying her life. She didn't have to cook a single meal. She didn't have to clean. She didn't have to work. She just had to take her medicine and enjoy her life. And we did our best with what we had. But here's a video of March 13th.
I don't get it. If he's such a super husband, why would this woman need to record you? Even if she's like having a cuckoo for Cocoa Puff spell, why would she say in her head, oh, I gotta film him? Huh? Why would she have multiple, according to you, multiple stays in a mental institution? Huh? 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 Child.